The middle class sees a used luxury badge and runs, too scared of the repair bills to notice they are walking straight past the most durable cars ever built. That fear is your opportunity. A handful of overlooked luxury machines were so wildly over-engineered that 500,000 miles is not the exception, it is what they were designed to do. And today, they sell for the price of a used economy sedan nobody will remember in 5 years. These 6 cheap luxury cars are the gold mines hiding in plain sight. I'm going to give you the exact engine that refuses to die in each one, the reason the crowd ignores it, and the single thing to check so you drive home with a car that outlasts the next decade. Subscribe, and let's count them down. Number 6. The Lexus GX470, 2003 to 2009. Start with the SUV that quietly shares its soul with a Land Cruiser. Under that upright, understated Lexus body sits the 2UZ-FE, a 4.7-liter V8 built to the same over-engineered standard Toyota reserves for vehicles meant to cross deserts. It is a body-on-frame truck wearing a luxury suit, riding on the same legendary Land Cruiser Prado underpinnings that survive genuine off-road abuse across the harshest places on the planet. That is exactly why it treats 300,000 miles as a warm-up and can run to 500,000 with nothing exotic, just fluids, belts, and patience. The middle class ignores it because it looks like an ordinary older Lexus and drinks fuel like the V8 truck it is. Their loss. What they overlook is one of the most unkillable drivetrains ever sold with a luxury badge, wrapped in a cabin that still feels solid decades later. Mechanics quietly recommend these to their own families for exactly that reason. There is simply very little on a GX470 that strands you. One rule before you buy. The 2UZ is an interference engine with a timing belt, so demand-proof it was changed on schedule around every 90,000 miles. The 2UZ is also port-injected, meaning it never suffers the intake valve carbon buildup that chokes modern direct injection engines, and it has no turbos to fail. It is durability by deliberate simplicity. In the 2026 market, high-mileage GX470s are shockingly cheap precisely because buyers see the odometer and panic, not understanding that 200,000 miles on a 2UZ is barely middle age. A documented belt and a rust-free frame, and this thing will outlive you. The next one is a sedan hiding a very famous heart. Number 5. The Lexus IS300, 2001 to 2005. Here is a compact luxury sedan carrying one of the most worshipped engines on Earth, and almost nobody realizes it. The first-generation IS300 runs the 2JZ-GE, the naturally aspirated version of the same 2JZ block that made the Supra a tuning legend. That means a cast-iron block inline-6 engineered with enormous internal margins, the kind of overbuilt motor that shrugs off 500,000 miles of ordinary driving and, if you ever chose to, can be pushed to absurd power without grenading, which is precisely why the tuning world treats the 2JZ as sacred. Rear-wheel drive, a near-perfect weight balance, and Lexus build quality complete the package, giving it a poise and a solidity that cheap sports sedans never had. It was a premium car when new, and it drives like one still. The crowd skips it because on paper it looks slow and dated next to flashier sports sedans, and the styling has aged into obscurity. But durability does not care about horsepower bragging rights. This is a genuine 2JZ Goldmine wearing a sensible suit, and clean examples still slip under the radar because buyers do not connect the humble IS300 to the engine they idolize. There is a second reason it is a Goldmine. Because it is a Lexus, the rest of the car was built to the same fanatical standard as the engine. The interior wears well, the electronics rarely fail, and the mechanicals are shared with proven Toyota parts that any shop can source cheaply. You get flagship-grade reliability in a compact, rear-drive package that quietly appreciates in enthusiast circles even as the mainstream ignores it. Look for one that has not been thrashed or heavily modified. A stock, well-kept IS300 with clean records is the one that runs forever, and increasingly the one collectors will chase. The next Goldmine has been proving this point since before most viewers were born. Number 4. The Mercedes-Benz 300D Turbo Diesel, W123, 1979 to 1985. This is the car that invented the whole idea of a 500,000-mile luxury machine. The W123 300D is powered by the OM617 turbo diesel, a 5-cylinder mechanical diesel so absurdly overbuilt that examples with 7, 8, even 900,000 miles are documented, still running on their original engines. There is almost nothing electronic to fail. It is a mechanical fuel injection tank with no computer to strand you, engineered in the era when Mercedes still built cars like bank vaults, regardless of cost, before accountants ever entered the room. This was genuine flagship-adjacent luxury when new, the choice of doctors, professors, and people who valued substance over speed, and it has aged into a bona fide icon, beloved by a global community that keeps them running indefinitely. The middle class ignores it because it is old, slow, and clatters like a tractor at idle. What they miss is that this is arguably the most reliable luxury car ever made, one that will quite literally outlive its third and fourth owners with basic care. Owning one is a lesson in how cars used to be built. The doors close like a safe, the switchgear still works after 40 years, and the whole machine was engineered to be repaired and kept rather than replaced. Parts and specialist knowledge remain widely available because these cars have such a devoted following, so keeping one alive is far easier than the age suggests. The one enemy here is rust, not mechanical failure. So inspect the body, the floors, the jacking points, and the fenders far more carefully than the engine, because a solid-bodied 300D with a healthy vacuum system and good glow plugs is close to immortal. But the next one proves that Goldmines come in enormous sizes too. Number 3. The Infiniti QX56, 2004 to 2010. Now for the full-size luxury tank that depreciation has made almost free. The QX56 hides the VK56DE, a 5.6-liter V8 built on Nissan's toughest truck architecture, the same rugged bones under the Titan and Armada. This is a timing chain V8, not a belt, engineered to tow heavy loads for hundreds of thousands of miles, bolted into a body-on-frame chassis that simply refuses to wear out. It is a genuine heavy-duty truck drivetrain draped in leather, wood, and 3 rows of quiet comfort. The mechanical toughness of a work vehicle hidden inside a plush family flagship. Almost nobody wants it, and that is the entire point. The Infiniti badge carries no status, the styling is polarizing, and the fuel bills scare the timid. So these massive luxury haulers now sell for pocket change relative to what they cost new. The people who understand what a VK56 can survive are quietly buying them up while the badge-conscious crowd looks the other way. It is one of the most car-for-the-money bargains in the entire 2026 used market. Think about the value on offer. This was a $70,000 luxury flagship when new, with heated and cooled seats, a cavernous leather cabin, and serious towing muscle. And depreciation has erased almost all of that price, while leaving the mechanical toughness completely intact. The engine and transmission were built to work hard for the life of a work truck, which on a pampered luxury SUV means they are barely stressed at all. Check the rear self-leveling suspension for leaks, confirm the brakes and cooling have been kept up, and you have a 500,000-mile family fortress for the price of a tired commuter. The next two prove Germany built Goldmines too, if you know the right engine. Number 2. The Mercedes-Benz CLK 500, W209, 2003 to 2006. Here is an elegant German luxury coupe built around one of the greatest engines Mercedes ever made. The magic is the M113, a 5.0-liter V8 that is, among people who know Mercedes, the definition of a bulletproof modern German engine. It powered everything from S-classes to AMGs, and in this relaxed, non-supercharged tune, it is famous for running to extraordinary mileage with almost no drama. Wrapped in the sleek, pillarless CLK coupe body, it delivers effortless grand touring style with drivetrain durability that shames cars costing 3 times as much. This is the quiet, tasteful two-door that looks expensive in any driveway. The crowd ignores it because it is simply an older two-door Mercedes, and two doors scare resale-minded buyers. But this is exactly how a genuine gold mine hides, as an unfashionable coupe with an immortal heart, sold for a fraction of its original price. The beauty of the M113 is how little drama it brings to the table. There is no fragile timing belt, no direct injection carbon problem, and no exotic failure mode waiting to bankrupt you. Just a robust 3-valve V8 that asks for oil, plugs, and time. Pair that with a cabin of leather and burl wood that still feels genuinely upscale, and you have a car that presents like money and runs like a diesel generator. Because it is a Mercedes, the buying rule is history above all. A documented, one-owner CLK 500 with consistent service is a jewel, while a neglected one is a project. Buy the folder as much as the car. The final Goldmine is the one the world laughed at, and that is why it is the best-kept secret here. Number 1. The Mercedes-Benz R500 W251 2006 to 2007. We finish with the most ignored luxury car of its entire era, which is precisely what makes it the ultimate goldmine. When Mercedes launched the R-Class, nobody knew what to make of it. Part wagon, part van, part SUV, and it flopped so completely that it became invisible on the used market. But here is the secret hiding under the R500 badge. The very same M113 5.0-liter V8, the bulletproof engine we just celebrated, driving a spacious, genuinely luxurious 6-seat cabin. The world rejected the awkward shape and never once noticed the immortal heart underneath, which is the single greatest gift the used market can give a smart buyer. A car that is mechanically excellent and socially invisible. That rejection is your discount. These sell for almost nothing today because the badge and the body are unloved. Yet mechanically, the R500 is a serene, overbuilt cruiser with a 500,000-mile engine, quietly one of the cheapest ways into a truly durable luxury Mercedes. Consider what you actually get for the money. 3 rows of proper Mercedes luxury, captain's chairs, a hushed and cavernous cabin, permanent all-wheel drive, and that legendary V8 up front. A package that cost well into the 50s or 60s when new and now trades for the price of a used compact. The market's complete indifference is exactly why it belongs at the top of this list. Nothing else here combines this much space, luxury, and durability for so little. There is one catch to respect. The R-Class rides on Airmatic air suspension, so you buy only an example where it works flawlessly and has been maintained, and you use any wear as leverage. Get the air suspension right, and you own the last laugh, a rejected car with an unbreakable soul. So there they are, 6 luxury cars the crowd is too afraid to touch, every one built to run for 500,000 miles. Notice the pattern, because it is the whole secret. The 2UZ, the 2JZ, the OM617, the VK56, the M113. These are not fragile, gadget-stuffed engines. They are over-engineered legends, built with enormous margins in an era or under a philosophy that prized durability over flash. The diesel tank, the Supra 6, the 2 Toyota truck V8s, and the 2 bulletproof Mercedes V8s all speak the same language of substance. The middle class runs from the badges because it fears the worst-case repair, and in doing so, it hands you the best-case ownership. A genuine luxury car, bought for economy car money, engineered to outlast almost everything newer on the road. The rule that ties them together is simple. Buy the cleanest, best documented example you can find, check the one weak point I gave you for each, and let any flaw become your leverage, never your surprise. Do that, and you are not buying a cheap old car. You are buying decades of luxury the rest of the market was too nervous to claim. Tell me in the comments which of these 6 you would drive to 500,000 miles and what you are driving now. And do not click away yet. There are 2 more videos on your screen breaking down the cars that quietly outlast everything around them. Tap the end screen and keep watching. I will see you in the very next one.